What's the point of even watching a movie if you already know how it's going to end? And the number one surprise team in college football in 2023 is... You guys really think I was going to tell you that at the beginning of the video? You have to stick all the way to the end. How are we going to build the best family in college football if you're not watching the video all the way through? Surprise teams are what make college football so great. If there wasn't surprise teams, it would just be boring. It would get stale. We love having those teams that were once a meme come out in the very next year and shock everyone with 10 wins. Are you kidding me? Today, I'll be ranking the top 5 biggest surprises of the 2023 football season. Again, this is a mostly subjective list, but I am looking at what their projected wins are and also the narrative around the teams. But if I missed anyone, let me know in the comments. Before we get started, if you're new, make sure to subscribe for great college football videos like this all off season. I'm keeping you guys entertained. And also, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm dropping it below. I love talking to subscribers. I love connecting with you guys. Ask me anything you want. Smash that like button to get the algorithm going to make sure that this video gets out to more college football fans like yourself. Coming in at number 5, we have the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now, this was just absolutely improbable. Every single person on this earth thought the Big 12 championship game was going to be Texas versus Oklahoma, a rematch of the Cotton Bowl, yada, yada, yada. But somehow, the team that lost to South Alabama in the non-conference and the team that got blown out by a not very good UCF team made the Big 12 championship. This Cowboy team finished at a 10-4 record while they were only expected to get 6 wins, and they were ranked 7th in the preseason media poll. This team had a lot of identity issues early on in the season. They didn't know who their starting quarterback was. They didn't even know Ollie Gordon should be starting until about game 4, but once they found their groove, this team was to be reckoned with. Although they got ran in the Big 12 championship game against a college football playoff team like Texas, it was still amazing that they even got here in the first place because no one expected it. Next up at number 4, we have the Liberty Flames. Congratulations, Flames, for a 13-1 season and appearing in a New Year's Six Bowl. The reason why it was so special is because it was Liberty's first year in a conference. Yes, they were independent ever since they moved up to the FBS, and people had doubts if they could do it in the Conference USA. They absolutely ran it. They went 13-0. Caden Salter was an absolute dog at QB, and their only loss was to an amazing Oregon team. That was a great season. At the number 3 spot, we have the Kansas Jayhawks, and if you truly watched this team for the last few years, this was no surprise to you. Although they had a 6-7 season in 2022, Lance Leipold was building something special. The Jayhawks were only expected to win 6 games. They ended up going 9-4, and they did most of this without their starting QB, Jalen Daniels, one of the most talented quarterbacks in college football. So if they were doubted at the beginning, once they lost Daniels, there was almost no shot that this team was going to be great. They somehow won 9 games. They showed out in their bowl game. This was a great season to watch. For the honorable mentions before we get into our top spot, this is going to make a lot of you guys mad. It's James Madison. They went 11-2 this season, and we all remember that Linsanity run where they were undefeated and they weren't going to make a bowl game. People were mad about it. Rank JMU in the CFP rankings. The thing was, this was an amazing season. However, they were already predicted to finish first in the Sun Belt. People knew that this was going to be a great team. Although it was a Cinderella story, it really wasn't that shocking, so I can't put James Madison in the top 5. However, it's a nice honorable mention. Next up is the Louisville Cardinals, and they are very similar to Oklahoma State. They finished at 10-4, and everyone thought they were going to be at the bottom half of their division according to preseason media polls. They also made the conference championship in the ACC respectively. However, the reason why I didn't put them at number 5 is because they had a rocky finish to the season. They lost to Kentucky. They didn't put up a great performance against FSU, having their 3rd string quarterback in the championship game, and then they got blown out by USC in their bowl game. I mean, come on now. They're a great honorable mention. They surprised everyone, but you can't make the top 5 with that. At number 2, the Arizona Wildcats with a 10-3 season. Everyone in the Pac-12 was talking about Oregon, Washington, Utah, USC, but somehow Arizona finished the 3rd best team in the Pac-12, and just 3 years ago, they only had 1 win. They were rated the 8th best team in the Pac-12 preseason media poll, and behind Noah Fafita, a freshman quarterback, yes, a freshman, he led them to unbelievable heights. This program was a meme. This program was dead in water, but a fish saved them. Yes, Jedd Fisch, I know he's going to Washington. It's a sad story, but we cannot forget what he did at Arizona, building them in rapid speed. It's hard to be a surprise team in general in college football, but it's even harder to do in the best conference in the sport. And at the number 1 spot, we have the Missouri Tigers. In 2022, the Tigers went 6-7. Okay, so they're a middle of the road SEC team. But going into 2023, people thought they were going to be the 12th best team in the SEC. Yes, this is according to media experts, the 12th best team. They finished at 11-2. Oh my gosh, they were so close to reaching the SEC championship. Mizzou went 11-2 with their only 2 losses coming from a ranked LSU team. It's very hard to stop Jaden Daniels. We all know that. And also Georgia. That game was a 10-point deficit. However, it was a lot closer than it looked. Mizzou was in it to the very end. That's just insane in itself. But then they had the cherry on top. Going into the Cotton Bowl against Ohio State, they felt like they had more to prove. And they put on a defensive clinic and absolutely embarrassed the Buckeyes. Shout out to Eli Drinkwitz. Amazing season for Mizzou. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for this program. That's it, guys. Make sure to go in the comments and let me know your opinions. Let me know if I got something wrong, if I got it spot on. And as always, thank you so much for reaching the end of the video. I've been Saturday Shenanigans, your home for unfiltered college football content. If you're new, smack that subscribe button to never miss out on another great upload like this, and I'll see you guys soon.